Welcome to the third episode of this 5-part series. Last time we built a tiny language model from scratch so that we could understand at a high level, of course, how modern LLMs work. Today we'll take the approach that most developers use in practice. Rather than building our own model, we'll extend an existing application with GPT-4o Mini, giving users a natural language interface while continuing to use the machine learning model we built in the first episode. As always, our goal is to understand not just how to build it, but why this approach often makes the most sense. Rather than starting a new project, we are building on the application from the very first episode. And this is exactly how many real software projects evolve. We already have a working machine learning model that estimates legal task durations. Now we'll expand that application by adding a conversational interface powered by GPT-4o Mini, allowing users to interact with the same functionality, but on this occasion in natural language. This file is responsible for defining how the model should behave. It tells GPT-4o Mini which tasks it may help with, which tool it should use to retrieve estimates, and it can also tell it what not to do. This illustrates an important principle. Language models don't magically know how an application should behave. We define those boundaries ourselves through carefully designed instructions. Connecting to an existing language model is remarkably straightforward. This file creates the connection to GPT-4o Mini using our API key and specifies which model we'll use. Compare that with the previous episode, where we had to build and train a model ourselves. Understanding how language models work is, in my opinion, very valuable. But in practice, it's often far more efficient to integrate an existing one. Let's return to the application we built in the first episode. The underlying workflow hasn't changed. We can still record historical work and use the local machine learning model to generate estimates. That model remains available. GPT-4o Mini isn't replacing it. It's simply adding perhaps a more intuitive natural language way to interact with the app. Here's the result. We can still request estimates directly, but now we can also ask the same questions conversationally. GPT-4o Mini understands the request, the application retrieves the estimate from our existing machine learning model, and the answer is presented naturally. Notice the division of responsibilities. The machine learning model produces the estimate, while GPT-4o Mini focuses on understanding and communicating with the user. Today we've extended an existing application with GPT-4o Mini, rather than building a language model ourselves. More importantly, we've seen that modern AI applications are often built by combining different technologies, each chosen because it's the right tool for that particular problem. In our case, traditional machine learning produces the estimate, while the language model provides a natural interface to that same functionality. In the next episode, we'll build something that doesn't learn from data and doesn't use a language model at all, a rule-based workflow engine. It will help us understand that intelligent behavior and artificial intelligence are not necessarily the same thing. The main benefit of today's implementation was all about making the app more intuitive. The example, although simple, demonstrated how you could turn a conventional click-based feature into perhaps a more intuitive conversational interface. This method, of course, can be applied to pretty much any component of a software system. Thank you for watching.